Chapter 2. Jamal walked toward the thumping music. A rap track with heavy bass was pounding out of the rolled-down windows. It was no ordinary car. He thought it looked like a classic Chevy, at least 30 years old. The metallic, lime-green paint on its hood sparkled in the late afternoon sun. The sides hung extra low and almost touched the pavement. Suddenly, the frame bounced up. Then Jamal knew why. It was a lowrider. He had spotted one or two driving around the south side streets, but he had never seen one up close. He kept moving toward the car and glanced inside. Two men looked out from the front seats. The man on the passenger side opened the door and got out, waving for Jamal to come closer. The man looked tough. His head was shaved bald, sunglasses covered his eyes, and dark stubble peppered his face. He was short and burly like a bull. He wore a black tank top that showed off thick arms covered with tattoos, a dragon, a knife, a gun. Every square inch of his skin was marked with dark purple ink. He leaned against the old Chevy, his dark jeans on the green door, his leather boots on the black pavement. Jamal watched his bicep bulge as he waved him nearer one more time. "You're fast," the man said. "Thanks. We could use a guy with your wheels." Jamal was scared, but he didn't want to show any fear. He kept his face calm. He knew he had something the man wanted. Speed. "What for?" Jamal asked. "Little of this, little of that." The man crossed his arms and smiled. Now that he was closer, Jamal saw another tattoo. SS Crew was inked on the man's neck. He had seen the marking before. He wished he never had. His father had the same tattoo needled into the side of his neck. It stood for Southside Crew. They were the biggest gang on the South Side. Jamal knew they were into a long list of bad things, all of them against the law: theft, drugs, gambling, violence. He knew the last one could be deadly. His own dad had been gunned down in cold blood, killed by a rival gang as payback. The East Side Roaches had accused the SS Crew of stealing from them. His dad had nothing to do with the crime, but it didn't matter. Someone from SS Crew had to pay, and that someone was his dad. The memory was still seared in Jamal's brain. It had happened a year ago, but to Jamal it seemed just last week. "What do you say?" the man with the tattoo asked. Jamal knew these guys were bad news, but still he was curious. "What's in it for me?" "Money," the man said. "More money than you can dream of." Jamal wondered how much. His mom worked a cash register at Best Buy. She made enough to put food on the table and pay the rent, but there was nothing left over. He worked flipping burgers at McDonald's 2 nights a week. He earned a few bucks for buying lunch in the school cafeteria, but not much more. He never had money for a new hoodie or kicks. How much money? 10 large. Jamal let out a whistle. "That's a lot of coin." "You know it, dog." Jamal imagined what he and his mom could do with $10,000. New clothes, a new TV, maybe even a new car. It could change their lives. He took a deep breath and tried to think straight. He knew getting involved with a gang was a mistake. It could only lead to one thing: trouble. But still. "I'm not interested," Jamal said, shaking his head. "You sure, kid?" "I'm sure." "If you ever change your mind, you know where to find me." He smiled for the first time, revealing a shiny gold tooth. "Just look for the car. It's one of a kind." The man climbed back into the lowrider. "Let's roll, Martinez." Ice Cube started rapping again. The driver bounced the car up. He stepped on the gas and the engine growled. Jamal watched the Chevy pull out of the parking lot. He checked the license plate. SS Crew 1.